this Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, dear listeners and viewers. We're now crossing over all the way to Afghanistan to speak with Hafiz Hassan Choonara, the Regional Director of Africa Muslims Agency, and he's going to shed some light on their AMA Going Beyond Ramadan campaign. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Hafiz Choonara. I see you're very, very busy there in Kabul.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Yes, what an humbling moment. What a joyous moment, Alhamdulillah. We had the AMA office in Kabul, Afghanistan, and we are busy distributing food packs. And normally, when you have an idea of a food pack, you normally think like a food basket or a carton of sorts. But if you perhaps during the course of the interview, you will see that the team are obviously lined up. You have a 50 kg flour, you have rice, oil, sugar, beans, tea, and some other items, pasta as well. And quite
Subhanallah.
large, generous quantities, alhamdulillah, for the many people that are gathered here at the office in Afghanistan.
Alhamdulillah, that sounds wonderful. Could you share your initial impressions on arriving in Afghanistan and witnessing firsthand the communities and projects that are supported by AMA and its donors?
Alhamdulillah, look, since I've been to Afghanistan a number of times. We have teams who are permanently based in Afghanistan who work across various provinces, who facilitate various projects on a daily basis, from the construction of boreholes. We just opened another borehole this morning, alhamdulillah, to allow people to have access to clean drinking water. Currently, many people are drinking contaminated wastewater. We have the sponsorship of orphans that we do every single day and every single month. Alhamdulillah, a few hundred orphans sponsored by the donors of South Africa. General forms of assistance. We have 6 bakeries where we identified orphan families that have bread on a daily basis. And obviously, with regards to Ramadan, you gave the food packs that we are doing right now, as well as iftar meals, hot meals, which we'll be doing some later as well, inshallah. So impressions on this trip over the last day or two, alhamdulillah. I mean, yesterday, a very heartbreaking moment. Came the time of iftar, we were sitting with a mother and her children, 8 orphan children and a mother, 9 people in the family. And the adhan called out for iftar, and there was no means for iftar. And that sitting there with the family, normally I just think of back home. A few days we were at our homes, and you know what's it like. You know what's the environment like. You know what's on the table. You know what you're looking forward to. You know the variety, etc. Alhamdulillah. But sitting with this family of 9 persons, mother and 8 orphan children, and just the time of iftar, obviously most of the elder kids and the mother was fasting, and there was absolutely nothing. And this is not just an isolated incident. There are days where they go on without eating. A family before that, a mother would normally, we asked her, what did she have for suhoor? She is 6 people in a family, 5 orphans and a mother. And, the neighbor gave her 2 eggs. And so she made those 2 eggs. And, can you think 6 people having, suhoor with 2 eggs? But yeah, they managed to share that. And come the time of iftar, so we asked her, what are you going to have for iftar? Iftar is like in a few hours' time. And she said, no, I managed to go to the store not far away, and they gave me a potato. And I'll boil that potato. So I said, okay, is it enough for everybody? They said, no, it wouldn't be enough for everybody, but we will choose which of the kids to use, to eat. Imagine the mother, everybody has fasted, but yet to come the time of iftar, she has to choose which 2 or 3 of the kids will break her fast with the means that she's been given. This is the hard reality and situation of families in Afghanistan. And that's a representation of so many more orphans, so many more families. We are, like I mentioned, we have 6 bakeries in Afghanistan. We've identified 108 orphan families to receive free bread on a daily basis. Alhamdulillah, we've got sponsorship for about 30 odd. We still need sponsorship for 80 families. If we don't find sponsorship for these families, it means that these families will not have any morsel of food in their home. At least with the bread, they're able to have some form of nourishment for the day. They can have it with a bit of a water or like a local tea, etc. But we still need sponsorship. And it's 1,500 Rand to sponsor a family per month, or 18,000 Rand a year, to ensure a family receives bread every single day from the bakeries. Just some of the projects I thought I'd share with you, and as for your question of what we've seen over the last 2 days.
Go ahead.
So, like I was saying, this is some of the experiences over the last 2 days. Like today, we are busy distributing these food packs. alhamdulillah, to many of the families that have gathered here at our office.
Subhanallah. Yes. I see that. You also mentioned the borehole project. What impact has the borehole project had on communities in Afghanistan, given that without those boreholes, they are basically drinking contaminated water?
You know, without a borehole, you find especially the elderly who don't have the means to send young children with jerry
Hmm.
cans to fetch water for themselves. They will take the surface water of waste or contaminated water and take it
Hmm.
home and boil it for their consumption. Can you imagine somebody breaking their fast with contaminated water? Think of
Water.
us at Iftar time. How do we break our fast?
We are so fortunate. It's so
How
true
do we
what you're
break our
saying.
fast? Yes, alhamdulillah, we have a variety of, a mocktail, water, still water, a fuzzy drink, but and alhamdulillah, Allah give us more. But to think of
Literally
people
having
breaking
to
their
drink
fast.
contaminated water.
Yeah,
Yes.
how is that right in today's day and age? It just
Yeah.
means a sponsorship towards or a full borehole that changes the dynamic where people have access to clean drinking water. It's a yes, they have access to clean drinking water, but also it's the dignity you're giving to the widows and orphans. And now they can have,
Absolutely.
they don't have to walk distances for water. Water is available to them nearby their homes, and they're able to utilize clean drinking water. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah, inshallah. And I hope that many people are inspired to contribute towards both your borehole project and the feeding of the orphans, supporting the bakeries, etc. There are there any specific challenges, most striking challenges you may have encountered while you were there?
Just in any country you work in, there's always challenges. But
Hmm.
alhamdulillah, we have teams based in all the countries that we are working, 22 countries this Ramadan, going beyond. The teams are experienced, they have infrastructure, they know the area, they know the terrain. And so alhamdulillah, that makes it much more easier to work. But in any country, you obviously would have a challenge, and that we embrace those challenges. It just helps us to grow, and to ensure that we're able to facilitate a more smoother professional process to those in need. But in Afghanistan, alhamdulillah, an amazing team, as you can see, alhamdulillah. The seniors of our team right now at the stations distributing, not just myself. You got Brother
Yes,
Kihan, the head of our operations in Afghanistan, Brother Imran on the left, as well as another team member on that side. And this side we have other team members facilitating the card
mashallah.
system. So everybody going beyond. This is what going beyond. We're putting our hands into it. We there, alhamdulillah, and making sure that the barakah of the generosity of donors is going to
Is
the
reaching the
rightful
people it
owners of the
needs.
account.
Yes. Yes, Alhamdulillah. Ramadan is nearing an end now. Are Eid preparations unfolding for communities there, and including the children sponsored through the Orphan Hope program?
Absolutely. Alhamdulillah, in a few days' time, closer to Eid, we have a massive, this whole place will be transformed into a carnival atmosphere. You'll have rides,
Alhamdulillah.
you'll have your eats and treats and candies and eat gifts for all the orphan children. It'll be a buzz of activity, alhamdulillah. It'll be amazing. I mean, we feel like children when the day comes, because we're also jumping on the rides, and we're enjoying the festivities with the kids. And obviously, at the end of the day, we have a massive meal for all the widows and the orphans. And so, yes, and we obviously give eat gifts to all the orphan children on that day. So this place will be transformed in a few days, inshallah, to a carnival atmosphere, inshallah. But like we're doing
Inshallah.
here in Afghanistan, likewise in Lebanon, likewise in South Africa, likewise in other parts of the globe, the team are undertaking and facilitating similar processes. But in these auspicious days of the month of Ramadan, these last few days of the month of Ramadan, let us do more, give more, and go beyond.
Ameen. Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Hafiz Choonara. You're making me want to come and spend Eid there. Alhamdulillah. And you're looking a bit like an Afghan yourself at the moment. Shukr, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for your time. Jazakallah khair. May Allah Ta'ala reward the work you are doing with your team there, and also reward all the donors who are contributing towards these projects. That's the Orphan Hope program, which will culminate in this massive Eid carnival, also the borehole water projects, and then the feeding schemes, all as part of the Go Beyond Ramadan campaign. Um, that is undertaken by Africa Muslims Agency AMA. I've been talking to Hafiz Hassan Choonara, who is the regional director of AMA. Jazakallah khair for your time. Shukran jazilan. And may I wish you Kareem and Sukoon and much Mubarak for the remainder of Ramadan and inshallah for upcoming Eid.
I mean, likewise to the listeners, viewers, and to the team at Salam Media. Always a pleasure being on Salam Media. Shukran for having us. Taqabbalallah minna minkum. And I accept the supplications and the du'as of one and all. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahumma ameen. And with that, dear listeners, we come to the end of today's show. It's also the end of my stint here at Salam Media. So I'd like to thank all the viewers and listeners of Salam Media for tuning in on both my stints here on Salam Media over the course of Ramadan. I was here 2 weeks ago and then again this week. It's been a delightful journey to be with you. I'm glad so many of you have interacted with me as well. And I hope that with our focus on Palestine particularly and on other underprivileged and oppressed areas of the world, that we have managed to give you a lens onto those communities. We have managed to raise some awareness. And also, I think a big aim of mine was to rehumanize Palestinians for you. So, very, very happy that we've been able to do that, Alhamdulillah. Um, Once again, shukran jazilan. Make the most of the next few days of Ramadan. Ramadan seems to be flying away from us, and these are the most Mubarak of Mubarak days. And I think perhaps to encourage all of you and myself to constantly seek that sweet spot of real, true connection with Allah, where you feel that, the nur of Allah is literally pouring into you. I seek it all the time in salah, in dhikr, even in daily activities, in driving and cooking and being here with you. But inshallah, may Allah Ta'ala enable us to experience more and more of that true connection with Him, that what I call that sweet spot when you make a sujood and you literally feel the presence of Allah. These are such Mubarak days. Please keep me in your du'as as I will keep you all, dear listeners and viewers, and the team here at Salam Media in mind. And I'd like to once again say shukran jazilan, jazakallahu khair. Keep the people of Gaza and the people of Palestine and Sudan and Afghanistan and Congo in your du'as, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.